Okay, so this first part that I'm going to say is a matter of kind of like for the record. Um, Very early this morning, I had a very opening experience. It was divine, and I'm not going to talk a whole lot about it right now because I just have a lot of like processing to do, a lot of kind of like looking more at things to do. But I'll just say that I feel very peaceful and I feel very safe. It's wild. I cried. It was it wasn't something that I think I've experienced before. A very very new type of experience. And I think that for a while now I'm just going to be sitting with the different kind of like insights and everything. And it's wild how this experience that I had in the middle of the night, it was like between like 1 and 3 a.m. It's wild how this experience kind of like mirrors back to childhood, trauma, pain, fear, suffering, all of that stuff, as well as love. Love being probably the foundation of all of this. Very excited and interested to see how this kind of like continues to unfold and evolve for me and reveal itself in different, I guess, symbols and just ways. I'm very open right now. My heart is wide open right now. Um, I feel very peaceful. Um, Other than that, I kind of want to talk about distractions. And it's funny too because distractions actually has a lot to do with what I experienced very, very early this morning. I've noticed that over the past like 3 to 5 days now, I have been very focused. Focus also has a lot to do with what I experienced last night or early this morning. I'm sure that at some point I will end up talking about it because it was very interesting. But let's get back to this whole contrast between being distracted and being focused because there's so much here. I want to talk about pain. I want to talk about what pain has kind of the way that I've approached things in life as a result of pain. Um, I've kind of like avoided doing things because of pain, or I've just kind of like resulted in figuring out how to like I don't know. I guess distract myself from the pain. And this is why this contrast. I don't know if I don't know if juxtaposition is the right word to use for this, but this contrast of distraction and focus, right? Uh, it's just so fascinating to me. For a very long time, I've been very distracted in life because I would say that it's a matter of time and energy management, which is not something that I've been very fond of throughout my life for reasons that I know I have previously communicated in other YouTube videos. Um, and this is also another interesting thing, too. You know, I learned about time management first in a time when I didn't want to learn about anything because I was tired of feeling like I had to do something that I didn't want to do or that I should be taking this route or that route in life. So it's kind of like, if you're, goes back to this too. You can do things as an end in and of itself because you enjoy it, or you can do things as a mean to an end because you're trying to get something. I've been doing things throughout my entire life that have been a means to an end to try to get something. Um, like, I'm going to do this to get that, for example, right? And I have never felt more fueled with passion in my life than when I am doing things as an end in and of itself, not a means to an end. An end in and of itself because I'm passionate about it, because I enjoy doing it. And I really do want to talk about this experience that I had. It might have to happen pretty soon. I'm still trying to understand it. Um, there is an emotional component to it that I'm aware of, but the experience in and of itself was far too powerful, far too real, far too beyond me to just conclude that this is all just emotional. Emotions make us do things, yes, of course. However, it feels like there is an entity, a higher power, a higher force that is by my side now. It's wild. I feel like I'm giving too much of it away at this point, so I'm just going to stop talking about that. I'm excited to be much more focused now in my life because I'm not allowing and when I say that I'm not allowing distractions to take my focus away, what I'm really referring to is, and I've said this before, what you're used to will use you. This is why it's important to audit what it is that you've had in your life, right? For me, I'm actually, in this case, specifically referring to things like mindless scrolling on social media. But they can be other things too. Distractions can be other things in my own life. And as I eradicate those things from my life, I recognize how much time and energy that I have freed up. It's like this massive element of surrender, of letting go here. Um, it's like when you hold on to something that weighs you down. I've heard it described in the metaphor of, like, if you throw a fishing line, if you go fishing and you throw a fishing line, not for us vegans, but if you throw a fishing line into the water and the bob is sitting on the water and there's something underneath it, right? There's something underneath it that's attached to it, one of those metal weights that brings it down further. If you let go of all that weight that you're holding on to, you rise up. And that's what's so fascinating about this metaphor, this contrast, right? Being distracted versus being focused. You can be distracted all you want by things that weigh you down unnecessarily, or you can choose to let go of the things that distract you, that you can actually realize that you don't even need in your life. You're just comfortable and familiar with them, and that's it. And again, familiarity, family, what it is that you're familiar with, what it is that is familiar to you, this sense of familiarity. What you are used to will use you. Family of origin, right there. The way that you were raised, what you were conditioned by, that can really hold you back in life. And I'm learning to surrender and to let go of that. And it's just a wild experience.